Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, and I want to talk about Simon Guobadia demanding $500,000 from his now ex-wife, Porsha Williams, from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And he's claiming that some of her past social media posts prevented him from opportunities, particularly posts regarding erect dysfunction. And also, we're going to take a look at a clip of an interview that he did with YouTuber Michelle Brown, where he says that he felt targeted. Now, before we get into this story, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. And everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. Okay, so this first part of the story is coming from the Jasmine brand, and the headline reads, Porsha Williams' ex-husband Simon Guobadia demands $500,000 in damages over erectile dysfunction post. According to US Weekly, Simon is now seeking $500K in damages from Porsha in his ongoing federal defamation lawsuit. He claims her past social media posts not only hurt his reputation, but also caused him to lose out on major business opportunities and sponsorships. On top of that, he's asking for additional compensation for emotional distress and humiliation, and believes he deserves punitive damages due to what he describes as her malicious conduct. The lawsuit stems from a series of Instagram posts made by Porsha in late 2024, which Simon claims were meant to imply that he suffers from erectile dysfunction. These posts were intentionally crafted to imply that Guobadia suffers from this condition, casting him in a negative and humiliating light, his legal team wrote. He also argued that her content was presented as factual and specifically intended to tarnish his image, all while their very public breakup played out online. But Portia's team is not backing down. Good. In response, her lawyer asked for the suit to be dismissed entirely, arguing that her posts did not mention Simon by name and were made to raise awareness about men's health. None of Portia's posts referred to any particular individual, let alone Guobadia specifically, her attorney wrote, pointing out that she even used hashtags like men's health awareness to support the message. And Simon, who was recently deported, says he's ready to submit medical records to counter her claims and prove that the alleged statements were false. Meanwhile, Portia's divorce was recently finalized, and the judge sided with her by enforcing the prenup, something Simon has been trying to contest. So now I definitely believe that Simon is on some get back because Porsha won so well in the divorce. Like the story says, the divorce judge enforced the prenup. So Porsha gets to live in the house for 3 years, 36 months without having to make a mortgage payment. So Simon has to continue to pay the mortgage on the $7 million home for the next 3 years. Then after that, she would have to attempt to refinance to take his name off of the loan and off of the deed. And she really came out on top. She also gets spousal support as well. I believe it's $40,000 a month. Definitely for the details of their divorce, head on over to the YouTube page, Lakeisha. So this was Portia's post, and it just says, erectile dysfunction. It defines what it is, and she has hashtag men's health awareness. Now, is there a possibility she was joking about Simon? Sure. That was her husband for 15 months. She knows what it is in the bedroom, but she did not say his name. So legally, in my opinion, he can't really say that it was about him. It could have been about anybody. It could have been about Dennis or Cordell. Or remember season 9 when she dated Todd? He worked on Capitol Hill. He was a lobbyist. I would hope it's not him. He was super duper cute. But she did not say a name. And she could have been really authentically spreading, awareness about men's health issues. But Simon is taking it personally. Now, I also think that because, again, she got out ahead in the divorce, that he's trying to help, atone for that, to feel better about how, he's really on the losing end. And then on top of that, he got deported. Now, I will say this, in my opinion, Simon is ultra petty. This is, I would imagine, being in a lawsuit, it has to be very stressful. It's very taxing mentally as well as financially. So whatever money he's giving her, he wants a significant amount of that to go towards attorney fees. He's trying to figure out a way, how can she not spend the money that he's giving her? So, now he is suing her. This is just like a nightmare. But I feel like had they not rushed, Porsha would have learned everything about the citizenship to his pettiness. And perhaps she wouldn't have married him to begin with. But there is more. So let's get into uh, his interview with Michelle Brown. So let's share this tab instead. Okay. And we are going to play this clip. This is on the Neighborhood Talk. And again, Michelle Brown, she interviewed Simon Guobadia. You can check it out on her YouTube channel. And I'm going to mute my mic so that there's no echo, and then I will come back with my commentary.
I mean, some people have been looking at you like, well, Simon signed it.
I signed it, but you have to understand why I signed it. Did it make sense for me to do what I did when I did it? My attorney told me, he said, Simon, you're not protected. I said, no, I love this woman. If that's what it's going to take for her to be whole, should there be a dissolution, I'm fine with that.
So what changed after the 15 months?
What changed was I realized that I was targeted.
Oh.
I felt targeted. The way the divorce was handled, I was totally blindsided. We did not talk we didn't have an issue. We literally just came from Dubai. As a matter of fact, she was having, I don't know what was going on with her, but there was something just very unsettling. And one thing I always tell myself, if people are acting a certain way, at some point, something is coming up. You find out.
I mean, some people have been looking at you like, well, Simon signed it.
I signed it, but you have to understand why I signed it. Did it make sense for me to do what I did when I did it? My attorney told me, he said, Simon, you're not protected. I said, no, I love this woman. If that's what it's going to take for her to be whole, should there be a dissolution, I'm fine with that.
So what changed after the 15 months?
What changed was I realized that I was targeted.
Oh.
I felt targeted. The way the divorce was handled, I was totally blindsided. We did not talk we didn't have an issue. We literally just came from Dubai. As a matter of fact, she was having, I don't know what was going on with her, but there was something just very unsettling. And one thing I always tell myself, if people are acting a certain way, at some point, something is coming up. You find out.
I mean, some people have been looking at you like, well, Simon signed it.
Okay. And one thing that I wanted to say really quick about him saying that her ED post was defamatory and interfered with him getting business opportunities and sponsorships. I left a comment on one of the other blogs that printed that story last night. I said, was Simon planning on getting into PORN? Was he planning on getting into the adult entertainment industry? Because if he was not planning on doing PORN, what does her post have to do with him? How would it cut off his business opportunities and sponsorships? Unless he wants a woman to now sponsor him. And, if you're that type of man, the only thing you can really offer is that you can get it up and it's really good D. So other than that, I don't know why he would say that in legal documents, but I'm pretty sure Porsha will win that case. But back to his interview with Michelle Brown and him saying that he felt targeted. He didn't see it coming. They had just come back from a trip from Dubai and she was acting funny. Yes, she was probably acting funny because she was done with the marriage and she knew that she was going to file for divorce. So she was probably already checked out. So when you say, Simon, when people act away, something's coming. Yeah, the divorce was coming. So I think the fact that her behavior changed, that's pretty normal considering she decided she made it up in her mind and in her heart that she was going to leave you. Now, as far as him talking about in the beginning of the clip, he signed the prenup, and Michelle was saying, you know, people were saying, well, Simon, you signed it. And he said that he almost basically he did it to appease Porsha because he loved her. In my opinion, prenups, that's just all business. I mean, yeah, you would hope two people get married for love, but there is a business component to it because there is the combining of finances, possibly both of you joining the same bank accounts together, having access to money that you're bringing together jointly, or building up a savings together and you both have equal access to the money, and you have to just hope that your partner isn't awful at saving money and spending it. That's such a huge gamble. So yeah, there's a business component in place. I totally get why people get prenups. I've said this before to some women, like coworkers, friends. I feel like they don't always get me, but I'm like, if a man asks me to sign a prenup, I'm not totally offended or bummed out about that because that lets me know you got something. You have something of significance. You own some properties. You have some investment accounts. You have money saved up or all of the above. You have a successful business that's in the black and you don't want me taking it off from you. So that actually is almost like a relief to me because it lets me know you got something and you ain't bad with your money versus if somebody has nothing to offer you, they ain't got nothing, ain't nothing for you to even take. You know, that sounds way more scarier than the person who's asking me to sign the prenup. But when he said, you know, he told himself, I love this woman, you know, I'm going to sign this for her. I did kind of think like, I wonder, did Porsha be so gangsta with this prenup and this divorce because of everything that she went through with Cordell? That would traumatize me. You like finding out on Twitter that he's done with you. I could have sworn way back in the beginning of season 6, that was how that all went, or not even the beginning of season 6, the end of season 5. She found out that he was done. I believe he changed the locks. And then he wouldn't even allow Porsha to come back to the marital home to get her things. Cordell actually boxed up her stuff. And it was like, it was not nothing folded, nothing was organized. It was like he must have played basketball with her stuff. And the box was like the hoop. And he was just like shooting like, layups or something and just throwing her shit in there. And when she gets the box and she opens it up, the bridal gown is damaged. So I think that Porsha was like, hell no, I am not going through that again. I will not be disrespected and I will not come out on the bottom. I'm going to come out on top. She may have even shared that trauma with Simon. And that's why he was comfortable signing the prenup. And I'm sorry to laugh, but it's like, dude, like you can't say, you don't have to keep doing interviews trying to smear Porsha's name that you were targeted. Just admit it, you got finesse. She must got some good puss. And obviously Simon is a ham. He loves attention. He loves having all of the followers. He loves being mentioned in the blogs. So he was cool with marrying a very popular reality TV star. His ex-wife Fallon even said that it was his idea for her to join the Real Housewives of Atlanta. He told Fallon to go on the show. He wanted to be famous. He wanted to be famous. So you got it. You got it. You got with Porsha. She wasn't having it. You got finessed. And on top of that, you got deported. So, I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say. And it seems like in my opinion, when people like get married over and over and over and over again, especially like him, he's kind of petty. He was petty with Fallon too. He would go live and say, "Oh, I just had like I met with my lawyer and I no longer am financially responsible for her." He would, and he just enjoyed it so. So it's kind of hard to really I don't feel like he was targeted. I kind of feel like that energy returned back because it seems like you just don't really take marriage seriously. You get married over and over and over, and then you turn ultra petty once the relationship is over. And actually, maybe he should chill because, according to him, Fallon cheated, but I think he and Fallon cheated on each other. Like when he started seeing Porsha, he was still legally married to Fallon. So that was foul. So there was cheating in that union. And then in the subsequent union with Porsha, he got played financially. So I think Simon should chill out. Chill out. And if you want to come back to the States, do it legit. Get the citizenship squared away. But what do you all think about Simon suing Porsha for $500,000? Do you think that he has a legitimate case, or do you think Porsha is going to beat it? And number two, what do you think about him saying that he was targeted and that basically he signed the prenup for her? I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. Happy Friday. We made it to the end of another work week. I am so happy. I cannot wait to just hang out this weekend. I hope the sun is out and that it's hot. Y'all know I love the hot weather. For the beauty, I love the fall with the change in the colors and the leaves, the cider mills, the apple cider. I love it. And then for the emotions, getting over a long winter, starting to experience longer days. I love spring. Some call it the season of love between Easter and Mother's Day. But for the convenience of not needing a coat, hat, gloves, long days, hot nights, the beach, summer is my bag. That is my thing. But I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. And certainly you're going to hear from me throughout the weekend. So I will talk with you soon. Bye.